New at 6, LA County public health officials have issued a health alert warning about deadly narcotics found in pills from Mexican pharmacies. This following a stunning report in the LA Times that named 8 Mexican cities where counterfeit pills, namely fake Adderall and Oxy, have been sold in stores, more than a third testing positive for illicit fentanyl. Carrie Blakinger is a staff writer at the LA Times. Her reporting with Connor Sheets on that tainted counterfeit pills was cited in today's health alert. Carrie, welcome.
Hey, thanks for having me.
What was the most alarming thing that you found?
Oh, hard to narrow it down. We found that half of the pills that we tested were counterfeit in some capacity, about 80% of the Adderall and a little over a third, I think, of the opioids. And I think probably the most troubling part was that at some point we started realizing that some places were selling sealed bottles that actually contained counterfeits. I think all of the Adderall that we purchased in Puerto Vallarta, for instance, was in bottles, and it was all meth.
So are the pharmacies in on this? Do they know that they're selling stuff that's fake?
I would imagine that they know that it is not coming through legitimate channels, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they all know exactly what's in it. Some of them seem to, because they gave us some indications, to be careful with this one or that one. And some people that wouldn't sell it said that, hey, there's some stores on this street that sell things that are, actually homemade Adderall, implying that they knew that it was meth. But I don't know if individual store workers know what specifically is in some of these pills.
Can you describe your personal experience on covering this story, how you went about doing this?
I think this was definitely one of my wilder reporting experiences. I got onto it as a result of a tip from someone who was in Mexico and was offered Oxy at a pharmacy and thought that that was suspicious because, that's difficult to get. And then went and tested it and realized that it was fentanyl. And I was like, oh, wow, that sounds like a story. So then, we went down and replicated that. And, it was, I think, the weirdest trip to Mexico, because we would just spend all day, each day, just walking from pharmacy to pharmacy. So, yeah, don't necessarily recommend that for a visit, but it's definitely a unique reporting experience.
Well, it is interesting. Like, I was just in Cabo, and you walk the streets, and people are coming up to you constantly offering you pills, but you're talking about going into the actual pharmacies themselves, which is a whole different thing. I'm curious, what kind of reaction you've gotten from this? Obviously, the reaction from LA County today, but any reaction from Mexico itself?
We haven't gotten much response from Mexico. We did interact some with a prosecutor there who was concerned, but in this last round of stories, she did not comment unless we would tell the specific names of the stores, which we did not name in our reporting because, we didn't want to make anyone a target for, retribution from cartels potentially. But we did also actually get some response from the State Department, because a few months ago, after we first started reporting on this, the State Department issued a much more strongly worded health alert, telling people to, not be buying these substances in pharmacies in Mexico without a prescription.
Wow. I mean, it's a real wake up. I think so many people in our viewing audience probably have done this at some point or tried to get pills there. And it's an important heads up. Carrie, thank you for that strange experience you went through to get us this important journalism. We appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.